I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
These midnight shows are they're not bad, but it's you just sit
But
around
your clock is all thrown
you
off.
and you sit around till midnight and just
Oh, you had no show prior because you're doing the 3, 4 days?
yeah, on the 3 day you do a midnight on day 2 and an 8 and 10 on day 3. So you're off the first night and then the 4 night same thing.
Oh, you don't
You're
have a
off.
midnight on the yeah.
Yeah, you're off
First,
the first night, second night, midnight, off, third night. I mean, the last night, 8 and 10, 15.
I almost feel like I'd rather get the midnight show over with on the first night. For some reason in my head, it's telling me get it over with and then have that break.
Yeah,
But
but it's not bad. I mean, I went in thinking, oh, yeah, midnight, 3 day cruise, they're going to be wild. Well, the wild ones don't come to the show. They're
they're out to
drinking and
partying
dancing,
and
whatever. Yeah, trying to get laid. But
gambling.
right, it's the old. It's just a regular crowd. I mean, they were actually very good. But as a schedule, 6 shows, man, is not too bad considering. Like, where are you right
Oh,
now?
13. I did two
Yeah.
last night, and do I have 2 or 3 tonight? There it is, right
Where are you?
here. I'm on the old one, the first one, Oasis.
Ah, the OG,
It is
the
funny
O,
how
the
the
OA.
changes they made, because I just came off Symphony, all the improvements they made on Symphony. I'm working with Dan Wilson. We have 2 shows
Ah, the
tonight. We
great
had,
Dan Wilson.
yes, 2 tomorrow
The
night. I haven't
oh
seen
how
Dan in 20 years, 18 years.
wow wow how is
We've
he? How is
never
the
worked
old boy?
together.
What?
He's Dan. We've never worked together on ships.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen him in 100 years
I'm getting a lot of
either.
my first time working with people on ships
Wow.
when I do the
You got to
comedy.
is this better? That's better. Uh, yeah, you got to say hey to Dan for me. I used to work with him all the time in New York, and then yeah, I have not seen him on a ship to be honest. But good man,
Hey,
funny guy.
they did it right.
Hmm?
They did this right.
What'd they do?
We
I don't
have
know what you're
June
talking
5th
about.
off. The schedule. There's
Uh-huh.
a sketch.
Uh-huh.
They did it right.
I don't know what that means.
It's an 8-day cruise.
Uh-huh.
And the last 8-day cruise I did, they had 2 nights of 3 shows.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
here they don't. They have two
Oh.
shows per night for 8 nights.
Oh. I okay. Those ships usually have 2 nights of 3 shows. That's not like unheard of.
According to this schedule, it's in Blaze, as you know, which is a dance club, and they put that
Yeah.
high-rise makeshift
Mm-hmm.
TV stage in there, and the ship is the bar, the
Mm-hmm.
tall ship is the bar, and it's red and it's hideous.
Mm-hmm.
Good crowds. Captain came to the first show.
Did he?
He
Really? I
came
never
he
see
came
it.
there with he came to the first show. He walked
Mm.
in and I'm like tall, handsome, looked like movie star looks, and he's got multiple
Really?
stripes. I go, it was dark, I go, Dan, he goes, is that the captain or is the staff captain? He goes, yeah, I don't know. He looks important, whoever he is.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't care.
Dan doesn't give a shit.
No,
Are,
the first show was great.
yeah.
Just a good crowd. I was like, wow. Not that I was aware that you want to do well in front of the captain. And he was with his beautiful girlfriend, wife. Um,
Girlfriend.
he was in
That
his
wife.
50s,
That
salt and
wife's in
pepper.
Norway.
Salt and pepper hair.
Yeah.
She was pretty.
Yeah.
She wasn't super young though.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
maybe 10 years younger than he was. But
Okay.
she was very
Well,
pretty.
you really did a deep dive on the old captain and his woman.
That was like 30 seconds.
Okay.
But he
Yeah.
looked like a cross between Richard Gere
Mm.
and Eric Roberts with the hair. Like every follicle of hair from the time they were a teenager was still there, but it was salt and pepper. And
Right.
Dan goes, "Oh my God, the hair! I would kill for
Yeah.
that."
Dan would kill for any hair. Let's be
Yeah, well, that's what
honest.
he said. He goes, it went early on me.
Early. Yeah. His 20s. It's early, all right. Did he do the? Does he do the midget bit anymore, or is that passe for
It's actually
today's
enhanced.
climate?
He actually has a little person come up on stage
Oh,
when he does it.
all right.
No,
That's fun.
I didn't see the midget. I only watched his first show. The second one,
Yeah.
I the door was open, so I went right down and grabbed some pizza because I was starving.
Yeah.
And then I did some laps.
Do you stay like if you're opening? Do you will you stay for and hang like wait and then the other guy's over and hang, or do you just go? I'm out and I'm done. Like,
Depends
what's
on
your
the
move?
act, depends on my
Yeah.
mood, depends on where I'm at. Sometimes I watch the act if I
Yeah.
don't know them. I watch them either way. I watch them a little respect. And then I dart out a majority of the time.
Yeah.
I can't sit and
No, there are
watch.
guys who stay, and I feel like, and I've said this, and then they go, oh, like especially newer guys. I'm like, don't think you have to stay. I go, once I'm up, you can leave, man. I go, I'm not. It's not a person. I'm not taking it personally. And they're like, oh, okay, thank you. I'm like, what? I don't want you to sit here, and be like a
Eh,
hostage. I
I
mean,
think it's
you know,
50-50 whether or not it's respect or ego, making sure, what you're
yeah,
doing or touching upon similar material or
right.
they're stealing, they're shopping for new material.
Well, there's a lot. Yeah, if I don't know the guy, like now you can look up people and you know what I mean? Like if you don't know someone you're working with, you can just Google them and go, oh, okay. And then look at a clip and go, oh, okay, I see what he's doing
Yeah.
and
Yep.
that kind of thing. Yeah, so I'm on Utopia 3 day. Then tomorrow's Monday, started over again. Canaveral, 4 days. Usually goes kind of quick. That week, I didn't think went that quick, 3 and 4. It was like, you know what I mean? It felt, even though you get days off and thing, it felt like I've been here a while, but
I think it's
that's how it
because you have
goes.
the 2 days off.
2 days?
Did you have 2 days off?
Yeah, yeah. Monday, I had Monday off, and I had Friday off.
I think that slows the
Maybe,
psychological schedule down. As much as I'd like to
maybe.
have 2 days off.
I just bitch about to bitch. You know what I mean? When you look, it's like, wait, I'm complaining because there's days off.
I
Now, but
Yeah,
you know what
I
I mean?
know.
I complain when there's no nights off. I
When
don't
I
know.
was when I was in my 20s and 30s, I was like, I got to be on stage every night. It's
Yeah.
like, and those days are like, well, are you fucking kidding me? I remember
Uh,
I was walking around. I had a weekend off. If I had two
yeah.
weekends off a year, that
Oh
was
yeah.
amazing. And I would be out with my girlfriend or fiance or whatever. And she's like, "What is wrong with you?" I go, "I'm supposed to be on stage right now." I was all amped up. I was being kind of
Yeah.
a dick.
Yeah. Well, we all. I know. And then I remember reading like Leno and not Leno and Seinfeld would be like, I could never go on vacation. What do? You just lay on a beach? Like, well, you should be working on your act and you should be on stage that night. I can't do that. And well, I think we were all kind of influenced and heard that shit and we all felt it, but it's not that way anymore.
I
I'll tell you.
disagree. You can write material on the beach, observing people. You're
Well,
supposed to observe people.
yeah, but you know, those two maniacs, they can't relax or couldn't back in the
No,
day.
and
I'm sure now.
that's why they're billionaires.
That's right. At least, you know, we enjoyed our life instead of those guys who
Yeah,
didn't really get to enjoy anything. Now they're
and
billionaires.
our
But
our boy Billy Burr, great comic, super successful. But it was I watched it, witnessed it was a total commitment, very very smart. But for 20 years, he was pretty miserable.
yeah,
Pretty yeah.
it's funny. He can't win now. He's like this, you know what I mean? Like he's attacked left and right
Yeah.
online. I
Mhm.
don't even understand what, because I know his wife gave Trump the finger or something like a year ago, and all these MAGA douchebags think he's woke and fuck him. He's not funny anymore and fuck. And it's like, he's the same guy. I don't understand you know what I mean? Like, I don't see it, but they have taken him and, he's out. He's not part of their thing anymore, which
brings
sure he's
more
pretty
eyes
happy
to
about
him
it.
because when they say that your opponents, when they listen to your podcast, they listen to the whole thing, whereas your fans may bail halfway through
Mm.
because they're looking for something to bring up in public. So it's feeding the
They like
attention.
a clip, and then out. And hey, I got to tell you, I put out a you know these. This is the bane of my existence out here. Those room service cards, those paper cards you put on the door.
I,
Uh,
I'm getting one now
okay,
so I can show our Patreon members what it looks like. This is it right here.
there you go. That's it. That's
And
it.
you check off your cabin number, how many people in your cabin, the time you'd like it delivered. They give you a half-hour window. And
Yeah,
you have the complimentary side, and then you have the fee side.
right.
So if you get something like eggs, they actually charge you, which
Well,
never happened until the last few years.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of charging going on out here. Anyway, I put it out the other day, and then it was like 9 o'clock, and then 9:30 came and went, and they didn't bring it, and so I called, and I go
The
down, and I
worst.
call, and I call, I go, hey, I put a card out there, no, sir, we didn't. Oh, no, sir. I'm like,
Really?
oh, yeah, we never got it. Some hooligan took it off the door, I guess. You know what I mean? Kids, it
Yeah.
happens. It happens. So I go, okay, could I just order some now? And she goes, yeah, yeah. I go, okay, just coffee and raisin bran. I'm gonna get some raisin bran and some milk. And then she goes, raisin done? And I go, what? I go, no, I'm sorry. You know how that you can't. And I go, raisin bran, the little box. And she goes, raisin bran. And then she goes, brun, brun. I go, brun. And it's like, oh boy. So I stop. I just go, raisin. And she goes, yeah. I go, brun. So I go, yeah. I go, raisin bran. I go, can I get two boxes? They're little, right? The little boxes. Can I get two of those? She goes, yeah, run.
Mm.
Okay. And
I'm
hang
going to
up.
go with,
Run.
I've said this before, pre-pandemic, when they
Mhm.
were hiring, they required your understanding and speaking of English
Yeah.
because the majority of your passengers are that. You have to be bilingual at least, and many of them were
Are not
trilingual.
lingual. They're not even lingual now.
No. And what happened was they lowered some of the wages, is my theory.
Oh, all right. Well,
Do you think? Or they just didn't, they never gave them a raise it's more expensive to live on the planet now than it ever was.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't think that the wages kept up because in their home country, there's still very high unemployment. So they weren't getting enough
Yeah.
people signing up.
And I think a lot of them didn't
So
return. A
they
lot of
lowered the
them
standards. Yeah.
after
Yeah.
COVID,
Oh
a
yeah.
lot too went home and were like, you know what?
I've been doing
Kind
this
of
for
like
12
seeing my
years.
wife every now and then, my kids. I think I'm going to stay.
One
So,
second.
It's going to start in 15 minutes.
We're getting, this is the Oasis.
yeah.
The announcements, the regular announcements coupons are coming in the cabin.
You got to,
They're supposed to
but
be
can
in the
you turn,
hallway.
isn't there
No,
a
there's
switch
not in this one.
on your desk?
Nope. They don't have the
Turn it
volume
off?
thing. No, it's not here on this one. That is really nice. Should I call
Yeah.
and
No.
say I shouldn't
You're
call?
doing a podcast.
Not,
You're doing a
not now.
podcast.
I'm saying after. Should I call
Yes.
later? And
Yeah.
that's crazy now because
No, they shouldn't be. Should
this-
not
this
be in your room.
cruise director came on. Is this because it's an old ship? They don't have the volume control. It's not that old.
I
But
don't know. I couldn't answer
Well-
these questions, but I would. Yeah, I would check that out. It shouldn't be in your room. Maybe there's someone can correct that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hang up the phone and I'm like, "What the fuck? What am I gonna get? Let's see what this mystery is." I'm brun. So
Brum.
So I get at the door. She arrives at the door, and it's a coffee pot, and there's a thing covered. And I just take it. I'm like, well, I don't see raisin bran, but maybe it's under the covering, and there's milk there. And I pop open the lid, and it's a bowl of oatmeal. That's what brun is in some language.
Brun.
Oatmeal.
Yeah. No, everybody knows that. Brun. I think it's like one of the most popular breakfasts.
And And
Run.
I'll tell you, it looked like something Teddy yaks up on the grass when he's got
Right.
into a dryer sheet or something. So I did not eat the brun in the morning. Unreal. And then I'm having all these fucking. Yesterday we were in Canaveral, so I went to Smoke Rings in Merritt Island, which I've plugged a million times. And places. Have you been there? Have you been to the Merritt
No,
Island?
because it's like $60-$70 round trip in Ubers.
No, it's like
40.
It was like $36 round trip.
All right, $36.
And you're drinking the great cappuccino in a big ass chair.
All right, that's worth it.
It's great. The place is great. But across the street, they have the Merritt Island Pancake House, which is like a strip mall where, it looks like they sold fucking phones in there 3 months ago. Now it's a breakfast place. There's tables and it's not good. But anyway, I see it. I'm like,
Up.
Yeah. I go, well, how bad could it be? I get some breakfast, pancakes, eggs. I wanted eggs. So anyway, I sit down and the waitress is, classic dinery, older, just.
What do you have, sweetie?
Fuck you, hates me, hates everything, but calls you sweetie, but despises you. And
I kind of like
hey,
that.
I'm looking at the menu here. Yeah, it's kind of good. So I look at the eggs. I go, can I get the Merritt Island special? It's 2 eggs, bacon, hash browns. And she's like, yeah. I go, oh, also over here it says sides, the $1 pancake. I'll go, can I just get $1 pancake as a side? She goes, no. Like, like very much like, no. And I go, because, well, the eggs it says with a side. And so I'll just do that as the side. And she goes, oh, that's $5.99. And I go, yeah, that's kind of what I did, what you just did. And I go, why is that $5.99? It says $1. And she goes, yeah, but not with the eggs. I go, but the eggs say one. Now I don't want to get into something because
I know I'm struggling with this one. I'm struggling with it.
It says 2 eggs, ham, bacon, grits, and a side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then over on the sides, they have the $1 silver dollar pancake. Mm-hmm. So I said, I will take the $1 side. You even have to pay $1, whatever. I'll just get. I just wanted to try a pancake. Right. I wanted to try a pancake at the Pancake House. Mm-hmm. She said no. She goes, that's $5.99. And I go, why? I'm trying to be nice. I'm like, why? And then she goes, because she didn't really say. No, she didn't really say. She goes, it's $1. It's $1 on that side of the menu where, like, if I was ordering above those things, but my eggs are on this side, so it's $5.99. And now I haven't had coffee yet. I haven't had anything. I'm just sitting there, and I don't know. I can't understand any of this. What would you have done in that?
I think.
What do you do?
I think in her brain it was, you're not going to get the substitute. So okay, then I'll order from the other side. Give me the $1 pancake, and then I'll have an additional side.
But why is it $5.99?
No, it sounds like you're never going back there.
That's a couple of pounds. I just wanted to try your silver dollar pancake
for $1.
Add $1 to the menu and to the bill, and I'll.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it called Silver Dollar for $5.99? Stack of 3?
No, there's nothing on the. No, I left it out. There's nothing on the menu that says $5.99. So that was her own. I don't know where that came from. She goes, well, that's $5.99. And I go, I just kept going, what is? I don't understand. I go, why would it be $5.99? She goes, with eggs. Like, you order a pancake with eggs, it's $5.99. If something else, you can get a pancake $1.
So she was going to give you 2 orders of eggs. The eggs you already ordered. So she's saying if you order eggs for $5.99, you get $1.
No, we're losing the 3 listeners we have. The $5.99 is not. It's not on the menu. The eggs are like $11 with ham and bacon or whatever, and the hash browns. And all I wanted was a fucking $1 pancake next to it.
I would have taken a picture of the menu.
Yeah,
and we could have discussed it, and I would have posted it.
Well, I didn't think about. I thought about discuss it. I didn't think about a picture, visual aids. But it is crazy, and it made no sense. And then the rest of the breakfast, when they come around, she had this big attitude, like I'm a douchebag. So how diners, the minute they walk past you, they're always like, more coffee, more coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally holding my mug in the air, like,
She's avoiding
hello,
you.
hello.
I hate when
there's 4 people in the whole shithole.
I hate when someone like that decides to play God complex.
Yeah. You think I'm what was that Alec Baldwin movie? Remember, he's like the doctor who was drinking during surgery, and you think I have a God complex? Let me tell you something. I am God.
I am God. That was all by design in court so they could get $10 million.
Yeah. The hell, he did surgery on her and took out her ovaries, and she sues, but they're together.
They're
She's
a
cheating on
couple.
her husband.
Yeah, Bill
Pullman, right?
Bill
Or
Pullman,
Paxton.
yeah. Pullman.
Those two I get confused. Pullman died or Paxton?
No, Paxton. Bill Paxton died.
Bill
57
Paxton
years
died.
old. Went in for some sort of procedure, and we're not sure what the procedure was. We don't know if he was doing some cosmetic work, like you had your eyes done,
Oh boy.
or if it were something else. They were downplaying it.
I hope it was. Well, I don't, and I could be wrong. I did remember some with his heart, but maybe he had a heart issue.
Yep, could have been.
But don't we all? Who knows what we have? I'm going to the cardiologist next month, and I mean, you just walk around thinking, I think I'm good, I think I'm feeling good, but who really knows?
My doctor's like, with the strokes and heart attacks, basically, he said. He goes, as long as you can survive that first 20 minutes, triple bypass and you're good to go. You just got, your heart has a new life.
Right. Yeah. And thanks. Yeah. I mean, that's my fear is always I'm going to be somewhere like, you read about these people that like, they had the heart attack, and like Kelly's brother-in-law had a heart attack literally like in the hospital, in the waiting area. So, I mean, that's great. But I'm always like, well, I'm going to be in a fucking
2 days,
cabin
2
on a
days.
ship. Yeah. Alone. And that's going to be it.
And the morgue's going to be full. So you're in a plastic bag in the hallway, and the crew is dancing around you because they're having a party.
Well, I don't know if they'll be dancing around.
Not because of you, just because of the space. You're out of space. So.
I see. So because the crew just dances all the time. All the time.
They put plastic cups.
They've got it. The crew has to dance.
They put solo cups on your crotch area.
I wouldn't mind that.
Not knowing it's your crotch. You're in a bag. It's just.
Am I dead? Am I dead?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Have fun with me.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Use me as a table.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's cool. Speaking of tables, I went to that fucking shithole Dunkin' Donuts in Nassau yesterday.
You went back.
I went back. I like the coffee.
I do too. I
like it. It is that place. So here's 2 quickies. I go in there. I'll send you a picture of this. You put it right here. No donuts.
What?
The donut shelves are empty. Dunkin' Donuts.
It's called Dunkin' No Donuts.
Yeah. I go, nothing. And they look at me like, no. Like, no, we don't have donuts. I'm like, okay. I get the coffee. It takes 20 minutes. Then they give you the receipt. And I'm like, so annoyed with this fucking place. I hate it. 2 tables, no donuts. And it says, take our survey. And I go, good. I'm going to go on there and I'm going to tell them what a shithole
it's Bahamian culture.
And the printer can't print either on there. So the site to put it in is all garbled. And so I was so annoyed. I was at that hotel in the lobby having my coffee. Mm-hmm. I Googled the search and I found it. And then when you get on there, it says store number. You have to put that in. And of course, on the Bahamas Dunkin' receipt, there's no store number.
Oh, man.
I don't think Dunkin's aware that place is open in Nassau, Bahamas. I think it's its own little rogue shithole. They just
Yeah, the D in Dunkin has a different shape.
So, yeah, I think it was a Dunkin' went out of business, and then some crackheads just went in and took it over, and like, well, let's just do this, and because it really is. It's like there's homeless people standing in there. They don't go online. They just stand there. against the wall. It's a very not only seedy, man. It's some shit
Yeah.
going on there.
Listen,
But,
Nassau and Bahamas. If you want to step out of the 19th century, you got everything. They pumped in billions of dollars into that whole area, and you're complaining about your jobs going to the Chinese and whatnot.
China.
Train, you have all the facilities. You have everything you need to educate.
Yeah,
They have it.
Yeah,
And I
but
think I think it's corruption. I think because there's some
Well,
very wealthy local people living in
Yeah.
these palaces.
but the work ethic
No, it's not
isn't
there.
there. I hate to,
You have to instill that.
yeah, yeah. They had like six people just standing around in the
Customer
back.
service. That their primary income is tourism. So when a resort opens up the road and they hire a percentage of the locals, they bring in the real people that are out to make careers in the service industry.
Yeah,
It's you know,
I
you
don't
get what
know.
you pay for. You get what you pay for. You pay that low wage. But
Yeah,
the wage is much higher. Minimum wage is much higher in the islands because it's expensive to live
Right.
there. But it's a cultural thing, and
yeah.
I'm tired of it. You can't say 80% of your income is coming from tourism, and then you have that horrible service. It just doesn't make
I
sense.
mean, I don't want to be one of those people, but I am. There's no point in getting off the ship. I mean, it sucks. You know what I mean? Like I used to just go to Dunkin' at least, or that kind of thing, and now it's like I can't even go there.
Yeah, but
What is there?
you're the
It offers
exception.
me
The
nothing.
majority of the people are going on vacation, and they get off and they spend their money.
Yeah,
And
but no, if you go on stage like last night at midnight, if you go on stage and ask people if they got off the ship or not, it's a smaller percentage, and it's people who've never
yeah,
been to Nassau.
well, also the ships are offering so much more. These big ships,
Right, but the real cruiser, they're like, I wouldn't get up.
You're doing short cruises. You're doing 3 and 4 day cruises. So I would say that would play. But if you're doing a longer cruise and you hit Nassau after 2 sea days, a majority of the people do get off.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I guarantee it.
I don't know if it's the majority. Could be. We'll see.
Short cruises, people are like, this is my vacation. I'm sitting by a pool. I'm getting it. My food is all included. I have a drink package. Why would I leave the ship?
Drink package on a 3 days, not bad either. You could really,
if you're a
you
drinker.
can really booze it up. It's not too expensive, and you have 3 full days. And
how many different tiers do they have with the drink package? Is it like an entry, minimum, and premium? Is it 3 or is it just 2?
I thought it was 1. Kelly and I did it when she was on Icon. There was 1 package.
Okay.
The other one, I think there's thing with the refreshment package. You're thinking like that.
Maybe that's
soft drinks, soda, a big cup for the fountain drinks. That's the refreshment. But the booze package, I think, is just 1 package you paid and you're all inclusive.
My niece's husband, he came on a cruise and he was like all about the drink package. He goes, "Oh my God, it's the best deal ever." And then she says, "I think he had 27 beers today."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?"
It's pricey.
He was just hammered all day. It was just
Yeah. I mean, you're putting down a couple grand right off the start of your vacation, but it's great not to. I mean, we didn't really.
She wasn't
get our
drinking because
money.
she was preggers. So,
but it's great to just be able to go to the bar, get a drink, and not worry about it.
Now I thought it was every 20 minutes. You couldn't double up, but then I asked the audience last night. They said no, 5 minutes.
Or you could just walk to another bar. I mean, you can, but I didn't notice.
Well, that would be about 5 minutes if you go to another bar, get in line and order.
But if you throw the guy a little cash, nobody's going to say a word to you about anything.
I get it, but it's interesting
Okay.
how they. I think in the beginning when they were doing it, it was like 20 minutes, so you could go up and buy all your friends drinks.
Right.
But then they got enough people hooked on the drink packages where they don't even think about it now. They're like, make them happy. They figure it
most
out.
people have it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I give the waiter my card for like a soda or something, they look at it like, oh, you don't have the drink package.
You're scum.
You're gonna pay for this? Yeah, I mean, it's really they give you that look like, all right.
Do you use your discount card as an entertainer?
If I buy like a bottle of wine or something, or or pricey cocktail, I'll take it out, but not on soda or something. But then
I give
again,
it
it's twenty
I give it
percent.
every time. It's
Well,
20%. Basically, it's the
tip.
2%. The tip is 18. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but
automatic. No, it's
yeah,
just I use it every time.
okay,
I just
yeah, that's what it's for, right
Mhm.
here, right there, boom.
I do not I don't want to give any more.
Well, I try
I
not
just
to.
you know what it is? I bought this is an 8-day cruise and I just bought the internet package and even though I get a discount, wow,
Oh, tell me about it, dude.
$30.99 on this ship.
But I've been buying mine in advance, so get that email. So I've been getting it for like 21.99, I think it is.
Wow, that's pretty good. Which
Um,
but still, you know, on
but you got to grab the email when it comes in, and you got to go online and do it, or else the next day it's like too late and you're out and you missed it.
yep.
And I don't always get that email, so but when it happens, it's nice. I was texting with you yesterday. My I dodged a bullet. The AC in the condo,
Holster that thing, boy.
the AC in the condo crapped the bed.
Oh my God, what you just replaced this. Didn't you guys just put a new
No,
HVAC in?
electrical box. No, we did an electrical box, the whole box for 5 grand. And
Oh my
I know,
God.
I got to get out of that fucking
Everybody
place.
over here is dancing.
What's that from, folks?
While our kids are dancing, their kids are learning how to fight. Everybody's dancing here.
You're right, you're right.
What do you do?
I'm a dance instructor.
So yeah, the guy comes finally. Of course, it delayed. It was supposed to be whatever Thursday, and he doesn't show up, and then Friday gets there, and we're looking at a new unit. Will be about 10 grand for the condo,
HVAC.
and if it can be saved, maybe 1,500, 1,600. So like, okay, all right. So we're listening, and Kelly's there. I'm here, obviously, and it turns out there was a frog.
A frog, Abby.
A frog got into the unit and somehow blocked the blade and the thing. And so I'm hearing this, and I'm like, well, all right, that could happen.
Take the frog out.
It's Florida.
$200 and go away.
Yeah. Well, we see a picture of the frog. He's fine. He's in great. He looks like a.
Oh, I
Looks
thought
like
he
a
was
champion.
dead. I thought he was dead and
No,
dried
no,
up.
that was my theory because that's what they're going to remove. That what broke the AC. He's fine. He looks like a champion frog. And
That
he goes,
frog
you
looked.
found him, but he had by being in there, he broke things and
No. That
yeah,
frog was dead. He was dried up.
I think he might travel with the frog. This guy.
I think so. I'm saying he just takes a
Yeah,
picture. It's
I
on his
know.
phone.
I know it's a $200 job, and then he's like, "Look, I got the frog. I think I can fix it. It's gonna be about two
Dude, I'm
grand."
sorry. I think it was a scam, and because you're in
I know.
you live in Florida and it's a heat wave
Yeah,
constantly.
No option.
Holy shit! What a scam!
I don't know, but
They just did the same thing with my neighbor.
it was broken though. It was broken. I mean, something broke.
No. But what I'm saying
But-
is, you go in, you clean it out, unless there's a mechanical
Yeah.
issue. You're dismantling it. But they just rooked my neighbor. Her hot water heater broke.
Yeah.
When she's in Vietnam for
Who's in
2.5
Vietnam?
weeks. My neighbor Michaela, she's shooting something.
I bet she is. Right on her face. That's what happens when
It was the last
little-
episode of the television.
little
series.
influencer in Vietnam. Okay.
They're shooting the last
Whatever.
episode of Beef. She's
Okay.
she's in like 8 episodes of Beef this season.
I see.
So, I
Gotcha.
have to watch it.
Uh-huh.
Anyways,
You're not gonna watch
yeah,
it. Beef.
I will. Yeah, I watched the first season.
Did you really?
I did.
Why? Oh, because she was in it.
No, she wasn't. I enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. I watched it with my wife. Anyways,
Yeah. There we are. Hey.
the hot water heater. The guy told her $3,500. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a hot water heater.
Heats the
It's-
water, makes it warm.
They used to be like $2,000 to $400 for a hot water heater. Now
Yeah.
they're $800 to $1,200.
They were easy. You used to be able to just
You just pick
buy
them
it
up
and put it in yourself.
or deliver
I mean,
it. Yeah,
it was
it's
two
like
plugs and
2 plugs and it's all hand tightened.
yeah, I mean, exactly. Hey now.
And they gave her the business.
Oh, they gave it to her in Vietnam, all
Because
right.
she was out of the country, and someone was watching her dog, so the dog sitter. So they're like, "Oh, this is a fucking easy one.
Oh yeah.
35 fucking $100.
It's
Fucking real."
Yeah. Why didn't you call Uncle Al? You could have ran over there and
I was involved in it, and I actually
Oh.
talked to the guy. I
Oh.
go, "Dude, I put in many of these because my family had properties, which I haven't
Yeah.
done in many years, but coincidentally, mine went a couple of years ago, and it was delivered, and I put it in,
Mhm.
and I think the whole thing was probably,
Yeah.
with parts, I don't know, like
Right.
$900.
Yeah, a hot water heater. I've never heard of such $3,500.
He said, "Oh, we got to
That's-
they got to pull this one out. It was leaking." I go, "What was leaking? Was it ruptured?" He said, "No, the valve went." I go, "Well, how much water?" And he said like a towel full, and he squeezed it out in the sink. And I said, "How bad is it?" Because there's a little tray underneath that catches it. He said, "Well, that filled up and it went over." And I go, "Well, how much?" And he goes, "It doesn't look bad at all." And so they send in, he said, someone's going to show up in a couple of days and test it for moisture, and we'll let you know. 1 hour later, I get a
There was
text.
a frog in it.
Because I'm involved now. 1 hour later, I get a text saying basically that there's moisture, and they can do it right now from the same company, by the way. It's just total scam.
Yeah.
And they said, if you want it, we can do it direct right now, or you can get your insurance company involved. I go, first of all, it's not mine.
Right. Why? Yeah. How'd you get roped into this?
Because I'm the knowledgeable neighbor guy. That's
Oh.
why.
Who's trying to get laid? Hey, Bernie's not going to live forever. Let's be honest.
That's true. I got.
You know what I mean?
I have to plan ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you're just being smart.
I have to
You're being
plan
smart
for
about it.
ahead.
You're being smart about it. You know? I mean, how old is this Michaela? What is she, like 40, 35? No, she's got to be younger than that.
She looks 26.
Right. Yeah. But she's going to fall apart. And so you got to get in there fast because, 26 with Hollywood 26. Not a great 40. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying?
I think she's doing well. She's probably she's in her late 30s and looks 26.
No, she's done. That's it. This is it for her. Late 30s. It's over, baby. It's over.
And
Hey,
Hollywood,
we got a question. Sorry.
Bum, ba-da-da, bum, 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 bum. Questions.
Well, I was texting with my niece Olivia the other day, and she's a big sports and comedy fan, and she wrote, I'll just read you what she wrote, and then we can answer that. She was listening to Joe List podcast with Norman, and Joe said every young comic performs with their hand behind their back because of Bargatze and Shane Gillis.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any comics from when you started that influenced how people stood or performed on stage?
Yes.
And
It happens every time.
But the one that popped in my head, there were two. I'll give you a minute to probably think of it. When we were starting, or when I was starting, Bill Hicks, every young open micer was like, I'm going to wear a leather jacket. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to curse. And everyone was doing Hicks in the early 90s. And the only one who really succeeded doing that was Dennis Leary. He literally stole Bill Hicks and succeeded. He even stole his jokes, his look, his attitude, and his jokes, and succeeded.
Persona.
The whole thing.
I think he may have taken it to another level. But yeah, I mean, Larry's been. I haven't witnessed it, but he's been accused of stealing a lot of material from different comedians, including one of his best friends coming up, Tony V out of Boston. They had a big falling out over it because Dennis, his rocket ship took off, and then he didn't bring anybody with him, you know.
Right.
Left
Well,
them
Dennis
behind,
seems like
so-
I don't know him. He seems like one of those guys who was like, "I'm going to make it.
Yep.
No matter what happens, I got to make it."
Dane
So,
Cook.
If I take your material, if I take your persona, if I don't get, I'm gonna make it.
Right.
And you know,
I can't say that Dane was taking people's material, although he and Louis C.K. and Louis wrote an episode on it, and Dane starred in the episode. So
right, that was great.
They mended the fences on that.
Yeah. The Hicks thing was making me crazy because I didn't do it, but the guy and you just wanted to go up to these guys and go, "You're not Hicks. Like you can have the look and the attitude and the cigarette, but you're not smart. You're not Bill Hicks. That's a one guy thing. You can't do that." He was on Dennis. Go ahead.
No, in Boston it was Stephen Wright. When Stephen Wright became Stephen Wright, that very low keyed mono delivery and just talking and then turning one way slowly and then turning the other way slowly. In Boston, a lot of the new guys coming up said, "Oh, that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it." And one guy succeeded on that level. He didn't punch through to the international level. A comedian named Simply Fred Wilson, and he won the
Never heard of him.
Boston Comedy Contest, Boston Comedy Riot. They'd have that every year at one of the clubs, and the up and coming people that were competing would break through.
But he won the Boston comedy doing Stephen Wright, or
he was doing his style, very low key. And
yeah, well, Boston is kind of that way, right? Like we've discussed, Don Gavin
now
creates Wendy Liebman.
So and, now,
you know, right? I mean, that's she.
Yeah, and fast paced, misdirection and whatnot.
Right, but,
and Tom Cotter will even say, I love Don Gavin, and that was my whole thing about Don Gavin was being quick, just coming out with the next joke as fast as you can, that pace. Jackie Flynn was influenced by that too. Jackie's very quick and comes out, even though their personas are different.
Yeah,
it's the pacing, Yeah,
so. It's just Wendy. I mean, it really saw Gavin, and I'm doing that. Like same with Leary.
She did wordplay.
I thought
Wendy did very well. She did very well.
Well, I'm not saying she didn't or she's not funny. I'm just saying the style. We're talking about the style, like Leary taking Hicks. Wendy took Gavin.
Well, you're talking two different things. You're talking about style and pacing versus stealing material.
No, I'm not talking about stealing in her case. I'm talking about just style.
Being influenced by style. Absolutely. We're all influenced.
Yeah. Right.
Like you're influenced by Gallagher.
Right. Well, Mr. G is the man. How can you not?
He's the
you don't
G
like
man.
Gallagher? Gallagher gets shit, but if you look at his he was very
smart.
Very smart. I mean,
yeah. Very pretty intelligent man. Well read.
That was pretty good stuff, actually. I mean, he was a mental patient, but the other one I was thinking of, I wrote down who during our time was Regan. Everybody did Regan on stage, whether not stealing his material, but if you worked with Brian Regan for a week, you were crouched over the next week doing your act. I mean, it was such an easy, weird thing just seep in your head and steal his persona. I did it for at least a couple of weeks after working with him, and I was like, the fuck am I doing here? I'm bent down and exaggerating.
I think it was
shit
the simplicity of him being very funny, super clean, and just unusual.
But he has a different style. When you see a different style,
that's why he stands out so much on his own level.
Yeah, yeah. But you wouldn't have been like that because your act has always been different. Like you wouldn't work with Brian Regan and be like a Regan. Like, was there someone? Who were you looking at?
Well, when I was a kid, I'm an illustrator and sound effects, so I was influenced by
illustrator
Bill Cosby albums and even Jonathan Winters, who influenced Robin Williams. And then Robin Williams also had a reputation as being a big thief.
Little rep.
and being just watching somebody and just sponging immediately. Robin's talent was, besides hanging himself, was to see someone for like 5 seconds and replicate it the next night on the Tonight Show and make it his own.
I always laugh how we give Robin Williams a pass like that. Like that was his talent, or he was a sponge. He was a thief. I mean, he was stealing shit left and right.
He was stealing. He was a thief, and he had to
because
pay
he
off
was
a
so
lot of
great
comics.
and lovable, and we all love him. That everyone's like, "Well, Robin, he'd hear something, and then he'd be on the Tonight Show the next night." And you're like, "Yeah, that's a thief."
Well, I also think it's also being a little I don't know, malfunction in the brain, where his talent was being able to steal instantly, as I just explained, by seeing something for 3 seconds and then not going home and writing it out and saying, how can I make this better? Just it's in his brain somewhere, and he goes.
But he knew what he was doing, though.
He does panel, and he's crushing it.
But he knew.
Meanwhile, he's borrowed from 6 comics that he saw.
Well, he knew, and he's aware of it. It's not like
and he's laughing in the back. And people,
but it's not like his brain doesn't know it. He knows. Like he'd bring those guys on Mork and Mindy. He would give them checks. So that's the thing to me. If he didn't know it, then I'd go, well, his brain was weird. He would hear things, but he knew it's not his, and he was aware.
Regardless of that, his talent was going in, not recording anybody, not writing anything down, going to 5 different clubs, seeing 6 different comedians, and then percolating that overnight. And he's on the Tonight Show, and it comes out.
Yeah, it's a weird thing though to say.
That's like Rain Man shit. It's like Rain Man.
Yeah.
Like filling the toothpicks and going, 1,329 toothpicks are on the floor. I mean, it's like that level of brain activity that could be, short circuiting, but
which
for some reason it's.
But it's just funny. I always just love how he's given this pass. It's people just they'll explain away ways to explain that he's a thief without saying thief. That's
not
how
giving
Robin
him a
worked.
pass. He's just
Robin. He was so good that he could. It's like, oh Jesus, he knew what he was doing.
I'm just trying to break it down as a observer, being in comedy for 40 years.
Yeah.
And again, because I said I was influenced by Jonathan Winters as a kid, doing sound effects and telling stories, and Robin Williams gives a direct credit to Jonathan Winters being, the man.
I was working with some guy on a ship. I can't remember his name now, and you might know him. And a few years ago, he's dropped off social media. I don't know what he does now, but anyway, he was a big Jonathan Winters fan. And when he moved to L.A., he looked him up, 20 years ago, and just looked him up, and he's like, Jonathan Winters answers the phone, and he started talking to him, and Jonathan Winters goes, "Why don't you just come on over?" And he goes, "I'm sitting in the living room," and he goes, "I was like doing bits, improving with Jonathan Winters." He's like, in his chair with a blanket on his lap, and he goes, and his Mrs. Winters kept coming in with like tea and shit. And he goes, it was just a fucking surreal, and they became friends. He goes, but he goes, just the weirdest fucking thing.
Nobody will hang out with me.
Yeah, nobody would. That was it. He was lonely, and he was old, and he was
totally fucking nuts.
And a comedian called him, so he's like, come on over, we'll do bits. And it's insane. The other guy I wrote down was not for us as much, but the African American comedians, Dave Chappelle, they're all doing that microphone into their kneecap, and every time they tell a dumb joke, they gotta hit the microphone into their thigh and their knee and walk around like they've never heard it before.
Ha! I just came up with that. Ha!
Jeez. Really? Please.
Leave that to Chappelle.
There's another guy on the ships who does that. He'll do a bit he's done 8,000 times, and then he'll stop as he's laughing so hard because he can't believe what he's saying. And he'll stop and go, "I'm making this up as I speak, folks."
Oh, my God. That line is fucking 30 years old, 40 years old.
Yeah.
That's a technique that someone else developed, and they're mimicking the technique. They're not executing the technique. That's an old trick. Even Chappelle's mastered it, and he's trained the audience to say, "This is where you laugh." And these guys are mimicking someone else who invented that, and so it's not authentic.
But it's not. But it's also horrible. I mean, I do crowd work, and if I get a big laugh, I don't stop and go, "Just made that up right now, folks. Yeah. Right now."
That's
it's
an old
implied.
hack line.
Let's make
implied.
it. We're implying that. Yeah, we understand. You make it. The guy says it, and it goes.
The
through
reason
me
why
like
I'm laughing is because that's the first time I've heard it. That's another one.
Oh, that yes, that that yeah.
And you and
That's
I are
like
working on cruise ships.
if I hear someone say that. Well, if I hear someone say that, then I'm out. I mean that to me is it's that and the watch when you're late. Can I get you a watch? If I'm working with someone and they do it, I just walk out. I'm like, I'm out.
Dude, I
I'm
heard
not
that
watching it. It's
the
still
last-
out here, dude. I know.
I heard it like a year ago, and I was like,
Yeah.
I hadn't heard it in a decade. And when I heard it, and again, if the audience is young enough,
They don't know it.
they don't know it's a 40-year-old joke, 50-year-old joke. They think that guy is a genius.
Yep. That's the problem. Like this Utopia, it's a brand new ship. It's a beautiful ship, but a lot of the people, it's 3 and 4 day, they're cruising for the first time. They're a lot of them are young. They haven't seen much. So
Their reference.
you can come out and be hacky banaki out here, and you're going to kill. They don't know any difference.
Two old-timer comedians bitching about the business.
What are you gonna do?
Welcome to Jaded, starring Al Romas and Al Ducharme.
I don't.
Two Al's, one motherfucking podcast.
I don't agree. I think it's I think it's two seasoned professionals discussing how the business should work and be run by men who understand it.
I agree with the latter. I'm just poking fun at ourselves.
Yeah. No, I know.
Frustrated.
I know.
We're frustrated.
But everything comes across. No matter whatever job, whatever. When anyone talks about something, everybody's like, "All right, don't be bitching about it." It's like not everything is bitching about it. We're actually discussing it in a
we're breaking
reasonable sense. But anyway, that was a good question. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you for being a friend. I never watched
Both of
your
your nieces are pretty bright people. So
we got lucky.
I appreciate it. I'm a little jealous of their thought process because mine isn't up to speed. So, but at the same time, I admire.
But don't they have kids? Your niece, they have children, right?
I wasn't comparing it to my niece.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Or you're saying?
Just in
no,
general.
I'm just saying. But your nieces have children. You're a great uncle. Correct?
I'm a fantastic uncle.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Olivia is very engaged in the comedy world. And it's interesting for me because, 22, you get that. Like, I don't know a lot of these. I mean, I know them, but not really. So she'll be like, so-and-so is really funny. And then I'll Google and look at little clips.
Because you're a comedy fan deep down from the bottom of your heart. Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah. Mary.
And but yeah. And then the Knicks lost last night. We'll wrap on that. Did you see?
I didn't want to bring it up because
I'm not.
I could have because they beat the Celtics. The Celtics should have put them to bed, and they were just basically prolonging what was inevitably going to happen. And the Pacers should have put them to bed one game earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing a show the other night on the Symphony of the Seas, and a guy came down with his Knicks shorts, and he looked like a player.
Who did? You lost you there.
Oh, well, I heard myself, and I'm recording, so it doesn't matter. But a passenger came down wearing his Knicks uniform.
Oh, of course.
And he came in like 10 minutes into my show, and I saw him coming down, so I said, the look on his face, I go, dude, what happened? He goes, they won. I go, yeah, you look like you just had a heart attack. He goes, I did.
Oh, Jesus.
I go, wow. So it's going to game 6. I go, well, congratulations. But my undertone was, I don't think it's going to go any further.
My undertone was just sit the fuck down already, would you? So I can finish my act.
Mm-hmm. I had to acknowledge him.
Yeah.
He came running down like he was dressed for The Price is Right.
That would have been my last 10 minutes. That would have been my whole 10 right there.
Yeah, I slammed him a little bit though. I slammed him and I moved on.
What was the thing I was gonna say? Well, they should have won the game 1. So if the Knicks had won game 1, everything would have been different. They should have won that one. I think it's never been done in the history of the NBA, and leading by
Boston
9 or 12.
should have won the first game.
Boston.
Didn't Boston lose the first game in Boston to the Knicks?
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole hype? Stephen A. going off and
Yeah. They won. The Knicks won 2 in Boston.
they did, and that's when people say
no. But
this
I'm
is-
saying in the Pacers series, the Knicks had the lead with
Yes.
less than I forget even now, but it wasn't not much time. I think it's never happened in history to lose the game with that lead with that amount of time. So when those kind of things happen, I don't know. It seems like that was the series, and the Knicks aren't that good. I mean, the Pacers are a better team. That's what happened. But
everybody
that's it for me
wants
for
that
basketball.
dragged
I'm
out.
done.
Yeah, all right.
I'm
we're
not
done.
watching. I'm not watching OKC versus Indiana. So
Nah, it's low rating in this part of
Nah.
the country. Yeah.
yeah, not interested. So we go baseball now into 100 days till football begins.
But there's a lot of football talk about camps and contracts and who's going where, who's going to be the quarterback for which team that needs quarterbacks. So who's this young guy with the Jets that he's going to what did he say? He said on ESPN during
Jets, young guy with the Jets.
Yeah, who's the young guy with the Jets?
Well, they got Justin Fields
Yeah.
from the
Is this-
Bears.
Oh, okay. So that's a done deal.
That's done. He's the starting quarterback. There's no mystery. The Giants have Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart, who we signed, the rookie.
Talk about old parts.
Well, I think it's my
I'm
guess.
I'm not a Winston fan.
I like Jameis. He's fun. He's fun.
I don't like his personal behavior. He got many he's bad. He's bad.
But he's fun on the field. He'll throw 3 TDs and 3 interceptions, and he's wild. But I think the Giants are going to be 3-3, and the crowd's going to they're going to chant for Jackson Dart. You get a rookie who's a stud. Let's what I mean. I understand these sit him. Let's never let him play for the first year. He's only going to watch. You got to get him in there. You got to let him.
Well,
play.
I see Al Romas and John Shipman going to a Giants game sometime this year.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your annual thing that you guys do?
I'd like to. I just don't want to go in the winter anymore. I want the game. I got to go in September, October. I can't do the hat, the big coat, the gloves. I'd
rather watch it in a pub somewhere.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm over it. It's not fun. You know what I mean? And those TV timeouts are like 8 minutes long, and you just sit there and freeze and
pick up
it's
the
just
pace.
It's not fun. So if there's
That's a
a
man who's
game
lived in Florida for over 25 years.
oh hell yeah, man! I'm Florida man. That's right. I take salt baths and
a Florida
had sex
man
with my
takes
dog.
salt
Yeah.
bath, had sex with his dog. Details at 11.
All right, dude. You're on the OA.
8 days. Then what happens? Where do you go home? Do you go to another vessel? Do you go to a
I'm on
land gig?
Overeaters Anonymous.
All right.
I'm
There's a
doing an
group
8 day
that's never been anonymous, obviously.
I
I mean,
know.
alcoholics you can get away with, but fatties ain't no anonymous there. We know
I
who
fucked
you
up
are.
a little bit. I'm here doing an 8-day cruise, and then I'm flying back to Los Angeles for probably 42 hours, and then I fly to Belfast, Ireland, which I've never been to. I overnight, and then I join a celebrity ship for 9 days.
Belfast.
Yeah,
What? You joining a ship in Belfast?
I am.
Oh, all right.
It's a 2-day trek.
Oh,
I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving from Los Angeles, going right to London Heathrow with a layover of 4.5 hours to take a 90-minute flight or less, 45-minute flight to Northern Ireland. And then I spend, but at least I'm arriving in the morning so that I can spend the afternoon and
Sleeping?
evening in Belfast. No, I'm going to push through.
Wow. All right. Well,
I joined the ship the next afternoon.
at least it'll be pod fodder. That's how I look at that trip. Because, yeah, it'll be fine. And
I made a
that
mistake.
celebrity-
Here's my mistake.
Oof.
I should have stayed in a hotel in Florida.
Lost you.
Yeah, no,
What's happening?
I'm still here. Your mic is
Oh.
in and out because I told you 18 times to buy a new cable and you won't do
I'm
it.
buying one right after this pod. I'm buying one.
You buy two now. You got to buy
All right.
two because you're going to throw this one out. And
Yeah.
then you're going to have two. One is a backup.
right. I just got to make sure I got the right cord because it's very specific to this mic.
You're a
what I
detective,
mean?
God damn it.
I know. Well, what's the fuck up here? I don't understand. So you shouldn't have gone home, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm getting all these extra miles. I'm flying on my desired airline, and I will have a chance of getting a nice upgrade. But looking at it now, it's just I should have paid for one hotel night out of pocket, stayed on the East Coast.
Oh, I see. Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
And so you're on an 8-day now, and then how long is the celebrity cruise in Belfast?
9.
Oof. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I will be
Godspeed.
gathering some points and miles, so
Yeah. True that.
I think my brain was thinking like a 29-year-old.
I understand. I mean, I can't really
I
make
fucked
fun
up.
of it because we all do this though, and that's very easy to. But yeah, oof. That's a hell of a trip there. Peace out.
Arrivederci.
So long, Al. Have a good trip.
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
A feeding frenzy quickly develops.
This is the 2 Al's 1 Pod podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
All right.
Okay, so
Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Patreon.com/2Als1Pod.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.